It is the U Sports Report New Mexico here with all your sporting news after a wonderful and fantastic Memorial Day weekend. Hey, we had them. We hope you did too. Oh, yeah. Playoff games, finals going on. Kimbrey, there's a lot to talk about today.
There's so much to talk about. And, you know, these finals, these playoffs, they've just kind of been mind-blowing.
They have been mind-blowing. They've been very, very exciting.
Yes.
Good for both leagues. Good
yes.
for both the NBA and the NHL. They needed these types of finals to maybe take over and get close to that spot of
yes.
the #1 sport in America that football currently owns.
Yes.
So let's get to it. Let's tell you about what happened in the Western Conference Finals. Yes, Game 7, Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Golden State Warriors. The winner of this, as we take you around the nation, moves on to face the Cleveland Cavaliers in the NBA Finals. And ladies and gentlemen, this was a game. The Warriors were able to stave off elimination twice. Yes. And to see if they can win for the third time, Kimbrey. There we see Serge Ibaka hitting a nice 3 in the fourth quarter.
We do. And, you know, Oklahoma City had a 3-1 lead in this series against Golden State, and nobody thought Golden State was going to come and take that back. Oklahoma City seemingly gave it away in Game 6.
In Game 6, you could say they gave it away. Kevin Durant and Brian Westbrook had a few costly turnovers, but Mr. Klay Thompson put the team on his back, hitting some of those impossible threes. Look, that's why he's known as a splash brother. And there you see a splash from KD. Mr. Kevin Durant, who was doing everything that he could to keep his team in the game. There's a 4-point lead late in the fourth quarter. Steph Curry has got the ball, holding on to it, and we're going to get a nice little foul as Steph Curry takes the 3. The shot doesn't count, but he's able to nail the 3 free throws. There's Mr. Andre Iguodala. And the Golden State Warriors pull it off. They come back from behind 3-1 in this series to move on to the finals. Look, they're the defending back-to-back champs for a reason. They won an NBA record 73 games this season. Yes. This team is resilient, and once Steph Curry and Klay Thompson get hot, you better look out, because no lead is safe when you're facing a team and guys playing like this.
Yeah, I could not agree with you more. This team just amazed me all season long, and then again in the playoffs, and especially, particularly in this series with Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City put in so much effort, and a great deal of people believed that they were going to win that series.
It looked close. It looked very close for a while. It's tough because Oklahoma City, once again, was not able to get over this hump, which leads to the question. Kevin Durant's season is over. At the end of the NBA season, he is going to be an unrestricted free agent, meaning he is free to sign anywhere he wants. Will he go back to Oklahoma City under a multi-year deal? Will he do a 1-year deal, or will he go somewhere else? I know the Boston Celtics are interested in getting him. There's talk of him going to the Knicks, talk of him going to the Lakers. There's even talk about him going to Golden State. Now, if that happened, you can pencil them in for 80 wins, New Mexico.
I don't know. Kevin Durant does have that curse on him, so I'm not sure Golden State would really want that. But Kevin Durant has just a ton of talent in him. And a lot of years left in his career. So it'll be interesting to see where he winds up, or what he winds up doing with the remainder of his career in the NBA.
We'll see exactly where he decides to go. Speaking of the NBA Finals, that's it. We've got the preview laid out in the NBA Finals. The Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Golden State Warriors. Look, you know what the Golden State Warriors bring to the table. Let's talk about the Cavaliers, because it would be nice to see Cleveland win a championship of some sort. It's been a long time and a long championship drought for that city. So we have the Cleveland Cavaliers, and we've got the big 3. LeBron James, Kevin Love, and Kyrie Irving. This is a rematch of last year's NBA Final. The difference is Cleveland Cavaliers, they're fully healthy this year, Kimbrey. Will that be the difference?
I absolutely think so. We've talked about this so many times on the show that even just one player being injured or sick or whatever the reason, but not being active in that game can make all the difference in any game against any opponent. You've seen so many wins from teams coming over a sick or injured player on their opposing team, and it just blows my mind how much that affects a team's success.
Oh, yes, it definitely affects a team's success. Last year, Golden State beat the Cavaliers in the finals. They took it 4-2 in 6 games, but there was no Kevin Love in the playoffs. He was knocked out the previous series going against the Boston Celtics. So Kevin Love is fully healthy. LeBron James fully healthy. Kyrie Irving fully healthy. What are they going to do? You look at LeBron James, the king. possibly the second greatest player on the planet right now after the reigning two-time MVP, Mr. Steph Curry. LeBron is putting up 24.6 points a game, and his game has seemed to elevate to a different level.
Yes.
He is able to get his fellow players involved. LeBron can decide to play however he wants to play. As you're looking right here in these highlights, LeBron was taking a lot of shots deep inside. They were playing great team defense. This team is playing very, very well. And it's going to be very interesting to see how Golden State decides to attack Cleveland. Because I don't know. You got Irving, who's playing well. Is Irving going to be able to defend Steph Curry?
I don't know. You know, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson have obviously made names for themselves, and the Golden State Warriors are right along with those guys. But when you put the big three against another phenomenal team in the NBA, this is going to be an amazing finals series.
Yes.
I'm hopeful for Cleveland, like you said, because I would really love to see the intensity of this game just completely work out for everyone, because fans love a great game.
Yeah.
And even if Golden State takes it, even if Golden State wins, I want to see Cleveland put in the fight for their lives in this finals matchup with Golden State.
I can say this, Cleveland looks like the best team as far as the past few games that we've seen really entering this. Golden State really had to claw and fight back against Oklahoma City, and you could say that Oklahoma City was a much better team than the Toronto Raptors, who Cleveland beat to make it to the finals.
Yeah.
However, Cleveland is playing at such a high level. We can take a look at Mr. Kevin Love. Kevin Love putting up 17.3 points, 9.6 rebounds, and his game really got going. In a few of those games that they lost to Toronto this past series, he didn't play well, but they made it a point. The Cleveland Cavaliers made it a point to get Love started early. When you get Love started early, then he gives you the Kevin Love of his old Minnesota Timberwolves days, where he just fills the hole, grabs rebounds. Look at this. He's a smart player. All of these guys have a very high basketball IQ, and they're starting to really roll. When they get on a run, it's going to be hard to stop them. Who on Golden State will be able to defend and neutralize Kevin Love? Because he can stretch you out behind the three-point line.
Yeah.
Is that going to be Draymond Green? Is he going to give up size? Is that going to be Varejao? Who exactly do they have? They have that little bit of an advantage when it comes to that. And then speaking about the point guard position, look, Kyrie is healthy. Kyrie is one of the best shooting and scoring point guards out there in the league, but he's also beginning to dish the ball and to distribute the ball much more efficiently. That's going to be a tough matchup for Steph Curry. Look, Steph Curry is an offensive god. We see that. And he plays good defense, but when he's challenged on the defensive side of the ball, you can see him get a little bit unfocused. Will Kyrie Irving be the aggressive player to really stick it to them and put Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors on their heels?
You know, I think so. I think so because you see these big three guys for Cleveland, they've got observational skills. You said it yourself, basketball IQ's just off the charts. They know what they're doing, and they've been doing it for a while. Steph Curry's still fairly new. He's got a long career ahead of him and a lot of talent to back that, but when he does get faced with a defensive challenge, it's difficult for him to step it up. He almost buckles a little under that pressure, and if he can't come back from that, he can't rely completely on Klay, and the entire team can't rely on two guys to do all of that work for them. It needs to be a team effort, and they really need to focus on defense because they're going to need it.
That's right. Whichever team wins this series, they're going to need the entire team to produce. Game 1 is on Thursday. You can check ABC or ESPN, your local listings, to see when that game is. Real quick, Kimberly,
Yes.
How many games do you think it goes this series, and who wins?
I want to say it's only going to go 6, and, you know, I almost hate to say it, but I think Golden State's going to take it.
Golden State in 6?
I think so.
I say Golden State in 7.
Okay.
Very, very exciting,
Okay.
exciting series. One of
Yes.
the best we've ever seen.
Hopefully so, yes.
That's right. Hopefully we have that. Moving on to another finals that's already taken place. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Stanley Cup Finals. The Stanley Cup Finals are going down. We've got the San Jose Sharks taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Kimberly, this was a good game. In the first period, Pittsburgh stood out. They jumped out 2 goals in the first period.
Yeah.
Second period, San Jose said, hold on a second. You're going to score 2 goals? We're going to match that 2 goals. We're going to go into the third period tied at 2-2, and this is going to be a battle and a struggle. Some glorious magic happened for Pittsburgh toward the end of the game. There you see it, Mr. Bonino with the late goal to give Pittsburgh the 3.
And that goalie nudged that in with his shoulder almost.
Grazed
It looked
off
like
of
it would
his
have come right
shoulder.
at
I'm
home.
sure he was upset. Pittsburgh was able to defend home ice in game 1 to take a 3-2 win, and they lead 1-0 in this. Pittsburgh, Rust, Sheary, and Bonino had those goals. Hurls and Moreau had a goal each. Kimberly, how do you see this series going?
You know, San Jose has never made it this far in the playoffs. This is a brand new territory for them. They're not familiar with this. So I think that they are going into this series against Pittsburgh hungry. They want this win. They've never had a Stanley Cup, but it has been quite some time since Pittsburgh had that Stanley Cup in their possession. San Jose doesn't have a trophy case full of awards for these playoffs.
That's true.
So I think that they're ready to buy one. They're getting ready to invest, and they really want that Stanley Cup. But with Pittsburgh on their A game, they've been on their A game this entire playoff.
Yes, it's true.
San Jose is really going to need to step it up. I would love to see them win it all, but Pittsburgh's going to put up quite a fight.
Pittsburgh is going to put up a fight. They have a lot of crafty veterans who've been there for years playing. They know how to win as a team. They know how to win in the playoffs. Like you said, San Jose is very new, but San Jose has a speed edge, and they also have a defensive edge because Pittsburgh is missing a key player on that. Will San Jose be able to steal a game on Pittsburgh's home ice? They're going to have to anyway. Pittsburgh has the home ice advantage. We will see what's going on. Game 2 is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Wednesday, Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals. The San Jose Sharks are taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins, who hold a 1-0 series lead. Okay, that's it for Around the Nation. Coming up, the man, he's got some good news about Lobo baseball. Mr. Tyler Ortega is coming up with the college rundown here on the U Sports Report.